The following program is being brought to you on the Voice America Women's Channel. For more information about our network and to check out additional show hosts and topics of interest, please visit voiceamericawomen.com. The Voice America Talk Radio Network is the worldwide leader in live Internet talk radio. Visit voiceamerica.com. The views and ideas expressed on the following program are strictly those of the host or guests and do not necessarily reflect the views and ideas held by the Voice America Talk Radio Network, its staff, and management.
Welcome to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with Rebecca Hall Gruyter. In our program each week, we provide the tools, ideas, and encouragement to help you move ahead on your journey, becoming a more powerful and impactful woman in your own life. Now here's your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter.
Welcome to the show, everyone. I hope that you're having a wonderful week, and as we are stepping into December, that you're having an opportunity to pause and reflect and think about this past year. And celebrate. I think we forget to celebrate sometimes, but I encourage you, as you're looking back at the year over 2015, find those moments, those things to celebrate. The things that you have learned, the things you have tried, the things that you've discovered. Really bring that into December that you're celebrating and then looking forward with anticipation to 2016. Today, we're going to be talking about mindful holiday magic in your relationships and life, and that includes the relationship with yourself. I think so often we get to the holiday season and it seems to be starting earlier and earlier. I don't know if any of you out there are noticing that, but my goodness, Thanksgiving things and Christmas things and holiday things are showing up sooner and sooner in the year, especially in that retail market as people are anticipating and leading into the holiday season. And some of us are leaning in and excited and can't wait for that Christmas music to start or the holiday themes to start. And others almost cringe when they start to hear that Christmas music or they start to see the holiday things out there. And what I want to help support you today, and my guests want to help you with, is how can we really make this a magical time of year? And in fact, how can we create a magical way of being in the holiday season and beyond? As we're stepping into 2016, how can we bring that magical feeling that we want to create and have in our life forward? And often we don't feel magical. We see it on the shows that are featured this time of year. We'll see it on the cards that we may be receiving. We can hear it in the music and the themes. And yet sometimes that can make us feel even less magical and lonely and isolated and discouraged. And I believe part of shifting this and really bringing that magical feeling into your life is choosing to do so. It's a choice. I don't believe it's something that can necessarily come from outside of you that can be supportive or not supportive. But I believe really that choice to find magic in the season and bring it into your life is yours. And today, in that place of being empowered, of making those choices to have that magical feeling in your life, I have experts that are going to support you on a practical and a profound level to bring magic into your life. And I want you to think for a moment. Let's take a breath together. And try to think of some of those things that make you smile, that make you feel magical or good, or bring that uplifting spirit to you. Just think about what some of those things are. I find it's a little different for each of us. I shared on one show, one of the things that I do to encourage myself is I'll listen to Christmas music. So I get really excited when there's a station in my area that'll start playing Christmas music at noon on Thanksgiving Eve. And I get excited waiting for that. And I actually have CDs that I'll listen to throughout the year whenever I need a little bit of a lift or I'm feeling discouraged. I'll listen to either classical Christmas tunes and music or singing, and it just lifts my spirit. And that's a way that I bring that magic and that positive energy into my life. Other times I might look at pictures, or I have certain routines or things that I'll do that uplift my spirit. And that's a way that I bring magic into my life and into this holiday season. And my thought is here, what is it for you? Are there ways that you're mindfully, deliberately bringing things that uplift you into your life? We can get so busy, particularly this time of year, where it can feel like it's running us and we're going from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next. And I want to encourage you to pause and breathe and really be conscious of what you're saying yes to and no to, and find some yeses that bring in joy to your life, that bring encouragement, that uplift your spirit, and it will help bring that magical feeling into your life. But let's take a moment and focus the spotlight on each of you in a very loving, supportive way. For those of you who are driving, please stay safe, keep both hands on the wheels, be alert, just internally kind of listen in. For those of you who are able to, go ahead and put both feet on the floor, really grounded. Take a deep breath. Feel that chair supporting you. Put one hand on your heart, one hand on the top of your head. Let's take a deep breath, and as you exhale, go ahead and close your eyes. You're absolutely safe. Ready? Closing your eyes. And see, what is it that you need today? What is it that would support, encourage you, maybe nourish you? We can sometimes forget to take care of ourselves or nourish ourselves in the holidays, particularly. What would nourish you, support you, uplift your spirit, make you smile during the holidays? And just listen in to what it is that you need today to encourage you. Sometimes it's a picture, a memory, a thought. Whatever it is, receive that valuable information. And when you're ready, take another deep breath and go ahead and open your eyes. Beautiful. And go ahead and capture whatever the information was that you received. I encourage you to keep it top of mind. Because when we know what it is that we need, or we're looking for more of, or we're leaning into, it's a lot easier to recognize it when it's standing in front of us, or we have an opportunity to lean into that. When we don't pause and we forget to listen, we can be moving very quickly, but maybe not in directions that are supportive and nourishing of us. And we can miss some of those things that would support us because we're not looking for them. So I encourage you to be on the lookout actively during our time together for those ahas, insights that may come from our guests, or they may come within you as you're listening in and discovering how to bring this mindful holiday magic into your life, into your relationships during this season and throughout the year. One more breath together. Beautiful. And Jim, I didn't know if you had something laid upon your heart that you would like to share with our listeners today.
One thing that I think about a lot is just, those that serve other people. And I know that one of the things that I'm very excited about, I know you and I, Rebecca, share the same notion about really supporting those that support others. But also, I know for all of us that do serve others to be mindful of, just like the exercise you just brought us into, that we also need to make sure that we're also supporting ourselves and creating wins for ourselves. So I just wanted to share that because I know you have a fabulous listening base of people that are all about supporting communities and also others in what they do in life.
Beautiful. Very, very great reminder. Thank you, Jim. I appreciate that. Remembering to support ourselves. Beautiful. And Ronnie, did you have something you would like to share with us that was laid upon your heart?
Yes, I do. And in keeping with what Jim said, what came to me was I need to remind myself in this busy time, and I find myself sometimes feeling in a state of overwhelm, especially during the holidays, to get outdoors midday, stop what I'm doing, take a break, and have a walking meditation. I'm one that meditates in the morning and in the evening, and if I think of it, if I make time for it, I will do this midday as well. But it's really being mindful of the fact that take a break. It will do me so much good. I'll be better for myself and for those I serve.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. What a great reminder. I know for myself, I can get very focused and very busy, and the day will just fly by. And suddenly I look up and, oh my goodness, it's 6:00. What happened? And I can forget to take those steps proactively to nourish myself or to take a break. And yet when I remember and I do, it gives me a better perspective. I feel like I have more clarity. I can make better decisions and actually have more energy and become more effective. So that's a beautiful, beautiful reminder. But I find for myself that I need to put it in the calendar. I need to treat it like an appointment, not just maybe I'll get to it today. I really have to make it something that I honor because I can get so caught up because I love what I do that I can forget to take those nourishing moments and breaks. A beautiful reminder. Thank you, Ronnie.
You bet.
And listeners, what about you? I mean, really, what would support you in nourishing yourself? That's what really came to my heart during that time, is remembering to nourish myself, especially because I know so many of you have such a heart to serve, such a heart to reach out to others and give your amazing gifts to so many people, especially during the holidays, that we can get to a point of depletion and we can get sick and we can get run down and we can get grumpy, which isn't a holiday spirit kind of thing. And so I encourage you to remember to nourish yourself, to pour into yourself so that when you're pouring into others, it's coming from that overflow. It's not coming from this place of deficit where you're not being sustained or nourished. So really think about what it is that will nourish you, that will sustain you. What is something that one thing you can start building into your life that will bring that joyful spirit to you, that will support and encourage you. And with that thought, we are getting ready to go to our first commercial break. And what I'd love for you to do during this time is to really reflect on what it is that you need and maybe do a quick little list. I love lists or a picture or something where you're kind of playing with some fun ideas of things that you can start to bring into your life that will uplift and encourage you or provide what you need to have a joyful and mindful holiday spirit. We'll look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
Your favorite Voice America Talk Radio Network shows and hosts are in your car, outdoors, and wherever you need them to be. Listen anywhere. Get our mobile app for iPhone, BlackBerry, or Android at the Apple iTunes App Store, BlackBerry App World, or Android Market.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for people like you. With just one 7-minute audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities. This is a dynamic way to share your message, reach more people, and expand your impact. Apply now at yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent. Finalists get to audition live in front of community leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Don't wait. Find out more. Visit yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
Become our friend on Facebook. Post your thoughts about our shows and network on our timeline. Visit facebook.com/Voice America.
listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed that break and you took an opportunity to listen in and really see what will be supportive to you on your journey that can really bring that mindful holiday magic into your life, both now during the holiday season and as we're looking forward and leaning into 2016. This next segment, I'm going to really focus on the relationship side of things. We have a relationship expert named Ronnie Joy, who's really going to share with us how to have a mindset around dating and relationships during the holiday that's empowering to you and uplifting and encouraging you and helping you connect with that significant other that you are seeking and looking to find. And then as you go into 2016, how can you be looking at dating and relationships? So really exciting segment. I hope that you're leaning in with anticipation. But let me share a little bit about Ronnie. Ronnie is a midlife dating coach, and her passion is to help midlife singles find and keep their loving partner. Please lean in and warmly welcome the amazing Ronnie Joy to the show. Welcome.
Welcome to you as well. Thank you, Rebecca.
Excited to have you. And I wanted to start personally with you because I know a lot of the work that you do comes from your personal story. And that's why you care so much about helping midlife singles in this way. Do you mind sharing a little bit of your story and why this work is so important to you?
Of course, thank you. Mm-hmm. I was married for 26 years, and that marriage ended in divorce. And I knew at that time I wanted to share my life with someone again. And here I was at that point, after 26 years of marriage, how do I date again? It was really daunting, and it was really a scary time. As much as I wanted this, it was a push-pull. I want this, and I'm scared. I want this, and I'm scared. And there were no dating coaches for me to go to at that time, at least none that I was aware of. And so I started dating. I dated, and I dated badly. I made lots of dating mistakes. And because of that, and then in the future becoming a certified life coach, I made the decision I'm going to create new strategies for dating and getting the man who I really wanted, instead of repeating the same patterns of behavior that I had been repeating and getting the same types of men over and over again. And so that being said, once I became a life coach and started coaching my clients, there was a consistent theme of my single clients that, I really want somebody in my life, and I'm having such trouble, and I'm afraid. And for all the reasons that I went through, I truly understood where they were coming from. And that's why I decided to create the niche of becoming a midlife dating coach and to help those singles that really needed it. I've been there. I understand the heartbreak of divorce and the time it takes to become complete and whole again, and the desire to want somebody in your life. So that is why this work is so important to me. And it's more like say as I do and not as what I did in the past.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. I really appreciate it because I wanted people to understand that you've been there, you've done it, and you've come out in a sense on the other side with the love of your life. And really letting people know, because like you experienced that during that time, there wasn't anyone to really turn to. And there was a rough learning curve in a sense, with a lot of fear, but that desire to find that other person, that significant other for your life kept you going forward. And I just love that you're turning that experience into a way to really serve and support others so they don't need to stumble along on their own and actually have some guidance and hopefully avoid some of those mistakes. So thank you for your work.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Now, we're talking about mindful holiday magic, and this is a season where I believe, and I'd love your thoughts on this, that it's a little extra charged during the holidays around relationships, and some more of the fears can come up and different kinds of pressures. And I would love to know if you have suggestions on a mindset, or should we not even bother dating during the holidays? What are your thoughts and suggestions for that as we're looking at the holiday season and into 2016?
I'm glad you asked that, Rebecca, because it might seem counterintuitive that maybe during the holidays it's not such a great time to date. However, did you know that more men and women sign up to join online dating sites during the holidays than any other time?
I did not know that.
That is the case, and I would say it's the holidays bring out our desire to create a connection. I mean, when you think about it, it could be a really lonely time, as you expressed before. It could be lonely. It can feel hurtful. It could bring up all kinds of past hurtful issues, as well as the joyous ones. But I would say sometimes we hold both at the same time. And so that being said, this is a wonderful time, if you're a midlife single, to go online. And if you don't have a profile, create one. See who's out there. And feel hopeful, because there's a lot of hope to be had. People in the age range of 45 and over, they're the largest segment of online daters in the polls of online dating sites. So there are a lot of midlife daters and singles out there.
Thank you for sharing that, because those are statistics I didn't know, and I suspect may be a surprise to a number of our listeners, because I think, especially in those age ranges, a lot of people can feel very isolated, being single and not quite knowing what to do. So it's good to know in some ways that that's the largest dating pool out there, that there are
Absolutely.
a lot of people looking for connections. And I loved what you said about holding both at the same time. Like that hope and looking forward, as well as that desire for a relationship and some of the vulnerability and fear, that you can actually hold both as you're leaning in and looking. But that hope is really important to have in the mix too.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for sharing that. And I had a question I was personally curious about. Just, do you mind if I ask? It's not on
at
the...
all.
Okay. Because I know you're a relationship specialist, not just on finding singles, but also keeping that loving partner. Do you have any suggestions around that? If somebody is in a significant relationship or married, some mindsets they could have during the holiday season. I'd love to get a tip or two on that too.
Oh, sure. This, as you know, is a very, very busy time of year. It can be overwhelming. There can be family that you want to be with, and maybe a little too much. Maybe there's too much family time, that type of thing. So I would say be mindful of the fact to unwind when you can. Take a little time out. Let's say that you are visiting families, your families or his families or whatever, and you are kind of stuck in that kind of environment. Well, take a break. Offer to get the whipped cream that's needed, or something that somebody may want in the household. Take a break. Go for a drive with your partner, and have a little time together. And so just be mindful of having a little bit of time for yourself, because even if it's 20 minutes, you have a chance to bond. And also pace yourself with parties. You don't have to say yes to every single one. And let's say you're at a party and you're schmoozing with all these people, and you're really not finding that you're spending time with one another. Seek each other out. Make eyes with one another. Have that little spark, and the two of you know it and feel it. And that's a great way of connecting. And
beautiful.
Relax. Well, I have more tips, but that's enough for now.
I know. I love it. What I'm going to do is, so listeners, we have more tips to share. I'm actually going to bring that into the end of the show. So make sure everyone stays listening, and we'll share some more tips. Ronnie, I appreciate that, and just giving us some suggestions and ideas in relationships and seeking relationships to really support us during this season. Now, I know that you talk a lot about wardrobe makeovers. How does that fit into our conversation around midlife dating and connecting?
Well, when you think about it, when someone is out in the dating world, and whether you're online or not online, what do we do? What do we do as human beings? We check each other out. We're visual, we're auditory, we look at people, right? And so when we're dating, it's especially important to look our best for confidence reasons, too. I mean, you want to feel good about yourself so that you're presenting your best self. So when you're feeling good and you're looking good, it makes all the difference in the partner that you want to attract. And what I do with wardrobe makeovers is, if a client needs some help with their wardrobe, or they're saying, I don't know what to wear on a date, I take it a step further. It's, what do you wear on a first date? What do you wear with all kinds of dates? And what do you wear every day? What makes you feel good? What makes you look great? So what I do is I will go into someone's home and go through their closet with them. And sometimes somebody will say, no, you can't do that. Well, this is a judgment-free zone. I've seen it all, and I know what my closet can look like at times, too. So I'll go into someone's home, or I can do this virtually as well. I'll have the client take out their favorite things, or maybe everything, and I make the decision. And I do. I'm really can just be cut to the chase. That stays, that goes. Try that on. Let me see. Try that on and let me see how it looks on you. And oftentimes I'll show different ways of combining clothes, or however that client wears their clothes. I have a little bit of a, let's tuck this in over here or cuff this here, with just these little things that make a huge impact and lots of smiles on their faces. So it's that type of thing, and going through accessories and shoes and jewelry as well.
Beautiful. I love it, because that is something that can give us confidence, give us a boost, is how we're showing up and being seen and feeling good, and how we're showing up in our life in a visual way. So I think that's beautiful work. And I've had the pleasure of meeting Ronnie several times, and she always looks amazing and so put together and stylish and confident in what she's wearing. So she's definitely walking the talk. I appreciate that about you, Ronnie.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. And I know that you've put together an amazing gift for our listeners today. And this is a free gift that will be made available to all of you. Do you mind sharing a little bit about this?
I'd love to. I know that a lot of clients of mine it's a daunting task to go online and create an online dating profile. And I have created some information, and it's free. It's my free report called 7 Mistakes Midlife Singles Make with Online Dating Profiles. And you're probably making at least one of them. And so it's helpful information to review and to get going on that online dating profile.
Beautiful. Thank you very much for making that available, especially now that we know that this is the number one time of year. People are going online and setting up those profiles. And what a gift to be able to do that and avoid some of the mistakes and get a little bit of guidance. So thank you so much for your generous gift and supporting all of those singles in building profiles in a powerful way that showcases them beautifully. Thank you.
Thank you. It's my pleasure, and I love to be of service.
Wonderful. Well, again, at the end of the show, so make sure you stay tuned. I will let you know how to access Ronnie's amazing gift. We are going to our next commercial break. I encourage you to lean in and listen, because these sponsors are individuals and organizations that believe in you. And I encourage in empowering women and believe this work's important. So I encourage you to listen in and get to know them. And we'll look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
Your favorite Voice America Talk Radio Network shows and hosts are in your car, outdoors, and wherever you need them to be. Listen anywhere. Get our mobile app for iPhone, BlackBerry, or Android at the Apple iTunes App Store, BlackBerry App World, or Android Market.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for people like you. With just one 7-minute audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities. This is a dynamic way to share your message, reach more people, and expand your impact. Apply now at yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent. Finalists get to audition live in front of community leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Don't wait. Find out more. Visit yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent.
Tune in for Suzanne Ross and Lighten Up TV, evolutionary wellness for the body, mind, and spirit. Each episode features Suzanne and her amazing guests, including inspirational authors, speakers, wellness experts, and spiritual guides. This series is focused on achieving total well-being so that you can live well and love life. Visit lightenuptv.net to find out more. Lighten Up TV is presented by the Awakening Center, a nonprofit for those seeking a higher way of living and being. Don't miss out on living your best life now. Go to lightenuptv.net today.
Become our friend on Facebook. Post your thoughts about our shows and network on our timeline. Visit facebook.com/Voice America.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed that break. You got an opportunity to lean in and listen and get to know some of our amazing sponsors. I always encourage that. Also, some of what you'll be hearing during the commercial breaks, you can listen during the next one. You'll be hearing about some of our television opportunities. We are really excited to have expanded to television, and we've launched a channel that has many, many shows on it. And the channel is called Empowered Connections TV. So make sure you're listening in about that. If you're enjoying the radio show and transformational positive messages are of service to you, then I know that you'll really love that channel as well. And that's Empowered Connections TV. So I encourage you to lean in and see shows and transformational programs that really are bringing a positive message to the world. So I encourage you to keep your walk and keep celebrating that you're saying yes to you and really nourishing yourself by leaning into programming and shows like this one. So as we come back, I wanted to introduce our next guest. I know you're going to enjoy his passion and his positive energy. His name is Jim Chong, and he is a licensed financial professional with a huge heart. He is a master MC, founder of Solutions for Life, and Walk, W-O-K, Walk Star Production, and is a radio personality. And he has a passion for creating win-for-all scenarios. Please lean in and warmly welcome the amazing Jim Chong to the show. Welcome.
Hey, thanks. I'll just walk right in, right?
Beautiful.
I had to throw that one there, you know. And it is really an honor just to be on your show, specifically, Rebecca, because I know that this is one of, from what I've heard in the buzz, one of the top-rated shows. So it's really great to be on the Empowered Women's Network. Of course, I just want to make it clear, I'm not a woman. but just for clarity's sake, but no, and in all sincerity, I love your work, just meeting you, and I love what you do in your live presentations. If people have not seen you in a live presentation, they definitely need to treat themselves and get a chance to experience you during you helping people really drive their purpose home.
Thank you. I'm very honored and love having you on the show. And I would love to have you share a little bit of your why. Why is this work in the financial arena and really helping bring other messengers forward and helping people create win for all scenarios? Why is this work so personally important to you?
Well, I'll tell you, I am part of actually 5 established organizations on their executive team, on their board. And I will tell you, I see a lot of people create things from thin air organizations. And I think the biggest call of the organizations right now are either support time-wise or money-wise. And just getting down to the brass tacks of money, most people that are helping for a cause, they don't really focus that much on the money. But you and I both know, Rebecca, that really, at the end of the day, money enables you to do things. And so I see so many people forget that they really need to think and be conscious about creating a win for themselves financially to be able to sustain what they choose to do in life. Because without money, the choices become very, very limited. And I've seen some great causes fall on the wayside because the founder or the people that were really passionate about it could not sustain themselves. And so just money, I say, gives you a lot of choice. And if you have a lot of money, you have a lot of choice. Little money, little choices. Or worse yet, I've seen a lot of people who unfortunately have a deficit of money, and so a lot of choices are chosen to them for them in life. So I just want to make sure that those who give so much of their heart to other people are supported themselves just with a strategy or a plan.
Beautiful. Thank you for bringing it up, because it is something I think people sometimes dance around or lean away from, and that means a lot of decisions can be being made for them, but not necessarily by their choice. By not making a choice, decisions are happening and things can become limited. And I love that you're someone that will lean in and help them really become empowered in the area of money and the choices that they're making so they can really live the life and bring forward what they're called to bring forward. It's so needed. And those of you who feel a little bit of a spark when money comes up or financial things come up, what I want to encourage you to do is actually lean into it instead of away. And just see, kind of lean in and see what's going on with it. Not with judgment, not with criticism, but just with curiosity. And when we start to lean in and look, and we get support from professionals along the way, it can actually become empowering versus something that we avoid. So that's an extra credit bonus challenge opportunity that I encourage all of you to really get empowered in this area by leaning in. So thank you for the work that you do.
Thank you. And I love extra credit, so I'm glad you're giving me extra credit.
Extra credit, gold stars. Exactly.
Love it.
Thank you. Now, what do you do that's exciting for the holidays? What are you doing? What's going on that's keeping that magic and that positive spirit going for you?
One thing I will tell you, the last couple of years, and last few years, I've had some different life situations that have been happening. So this is a little bit of a different year for me. Mm-hmm. So in a lot of ways, I've had to also just reinvent myself. And, I'll tell you, just having some financial stability really does help in that process. But during the holiday season, I really resolved that I really wanted to determine what my why was. And one of my whys was just really being able to make the most of every opportunity. And so one of the things I'm very excited about this year is just really supporting a couple of key organizations that have asked me to be a part of their board. And I had to give up some things to do some things, but it's been very much of an honor to be able to really just give. And I just think setting my heart on giving. And I actually wrote a song, and I decided, this is one of my lifelong goals, was to be a songwriter at some point, because I love music. But one of the things that I was able to do was create a song called Agents for Progress, be a healing emotion. And we're going to actually use it to do fundraising. We're going to put it on YouTube for a few different organizations. One is for senior awareness and also for, of course, mental health. The second is for the fight against domestic violence. And the third is for people that have, unfortunately, had to deal with issues emotionally because of broken or severed relationships. And so my attitude this holiday season is really be able to give and play all out and really do something special that can touch many lives in a short period of time. I believe speaking really helps, but also I've always wanted to say I was a songwriter. Now, keep in mind, I did not professionally sing it myself. You don't want that to happen. But really put something out there that can really do good and make people think about how they can really contribute, and also think about things they need to do to heal and make their foundation stronger so they can really grow high.
Beautiful. I didn't know this about you, Jim. I love knowing this, that was one of your secret things that was on your bucket list, is to be a songwriter.
Yes.
And you said yes, and you did this. So now I want to make sure everyone caught that. What is the name of the song again?
The song is called Agent for Progress, and it was originally written for an organization called Healings in Motion that has for 9 years served for brain health, as well as stroke awareness and prevention. So I actually run one of their programs in a hospital, and we actually debuted it at their caregivers event, their Celebrate Caregivers Inner Safari event this last month. So there's about 330 plus people there, and so it was really nice just to hear it played and stuff. And Peter Powers and Mindy Powers of Positive PR Stockton contributed to that, as well as the Central Latino All-Star band here over in Stockton. So it was really nice to see people's hearts really contribute to it. And so I'll give you a copy, and if you choose, you can air it sometime. It's really touching.
I would be honored. And what I'd love to do is I love that you're turning your dream, something on the bucket list, to support so many of the causes that you believe in. I think it's so beautiful. And I would be honored to, and would love to share with our listeners when it's launched and you're ready to. I'd love to share where they can listen to it and contribute to those organizations as well. So please keep us in the loop. I would really love to share that with everyone.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that on the show today. And I know that you have an amazing gift. Do you mind sharing what your amazing gift is all about?
Yeah, one of my wonderful mentors, his name is Jim Stovall, and I actually met him at an event with Clemmer and Associates. They've trained a lot of people worldwide in leadership and character development. But, what he does, he talks about the 3 essential keys to be successful. He actually created TV for the blind because he was going blind himself. And he calls himself a decamillionaire, just in hard cash, none of his other assets. But he has at least $10 million, sitting in a bank account. And his tips are really key because he really talks about really substantiating people, maybe making sure that people have what you want to pursue so they can get you there as well. But he has some really great tips on how to be successful and the essential mindset that you must have to be able to achieve your level of success financially and in life. And so that's what I'll be offering to the people.
Wonderful. So really being able to achieve the mindset and steps to be successful financially as well as personally, it sounds like, and professionally. So wonderful.
Yes.
Now, I love this because I actually have a telesummit going on right now. It started today that's called Ahead of the Curve. And I believe this is a critical time to take action. And so having gifts like this to really support our mindset and practical steps that we can take and really define success is crucial, because I believe being ahead of the curve means being mindful, being thoughtful, making choices, and keeping the momentum going during the holidays, not just stopping, but really continuing to take steps. And so I really encourage all of you listeners to lean in. When we come back from our commercial break, I'm going to let you know how to access his gift as well as Ronnie's gift today and really help you be mindful and bring that magic into your business and your life, as well as live a life and build a business ahead of the curve. We'll look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
Your favorite Voice America Talk Radio Network shows and hosts are in your car, outdoors, and wherever you need them to be. Listen anywhere. Get our mobile app for iPhone, BlackBerry, or Android at the Apple iTunes App Store, BlackBerry App World, or Android Market.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for people like you. With just one 7-minute audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities. This is a dynamic way to share your message, reach more people, and expand your impact. Apply now at yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent. Finalists get to audition live in front of community leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Don't wait. Find out more. Visit yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
Become our friend on Facebook. Post your thoughts about our shows and network on our timeline. Visit facebook.com/Voice America.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed that commercial break. And we are now in our final segment. The time goes so quickly that I wanted to make sure I circled back on a few things. So one of them, I have been talking about these gifts, these amazing gifts that Ronnie and Jim are making available to you. And I wanted to let you know how to access those. So you simply go to Radio Gifts, and that's plural with an S, .net. Again, that's www.radiogifts, gifts.net. And you enter in your name and email address so we can stay in touch. And then you will see a world of gifts open up to serve and support you. And you just scroll down to Ronnie and Jim, and you can say yes to their gifts. You'll also see some from myself as well to really support you on your journey. And I invite you to. The reason we make these gifts available is because we want to give you practical and profound support on your journey. We want the show to serve you, but we also want you to have tools that you can take from it to start applying to your life so that you can really get traction and support and bring that empowerment and transformation into your life. But this is where you get to choose. This is a choice that you get to make to say yes and lean into those tools that support you or not. It is completely your choice. I do hope that you say yes to you, that you lean in and say yes to those gifts that will serve and support you on your journey, because you are important. There's no one else just like you, and you are the greatest gift you can give to those around you. So I invite you to lean in, keep nourishing yourself, keep saying yes to the gift of you. So again, go to radiogifts.net. The other thing I mentioned was that I had a telesummit coming up, and today is actually the last day that you can register. So I wanted to let you know about that as well. And the whole summit is free, and it's audio. It's a way for you to really learn how to live your life and build your business in such a way that it is ahead of the curve, ahead of the norm, and it can help you have more consistent results and really lean into those things that are going to serve you in bringing your message forward in business and life and in mindset and relationships, a whole range of tools and experts, 28 experts to serve and support you. And you simply go to www.aheadofthecurve.life, L-I-F-E, aheadofthecurve.life, because we want you to live a life ahead of the curve, to lean into that and say yes. I know it will support and encourage you. And then we had a couple other things that I asked my guests if they would lean in and support you in an additional way, and they said yes. So one of them, Jim, talked about, and we talked about this personality called WOK, W-O-K, WOK star, and I didn't want to leave that as a mystery and have you wondering, what is this WOK star thing? So Jim, do you mind sharing and enlightening us? What is a WOK star all about?
Yes, the wok star is actually started out as a joke. Of course, Asian in the culinary world, they use a wok. But we found it really, I'm branding it, and really it's a symbol, iconic symbol that I've used for the Asian community. You'll see me with the triangular hat, the patty hat, and the wok star is meant to be a symbol of honor and strength. Of course, it's a play on the Asian community, but it's really meant to accentuate and bring together culture and communities. I'm part of several organizations that are Asian communities, and I'm really working on integrating them working together, but also supporting the youth through it. And so actually I MC two of the biggest parades here over in Northern California, in Stockton City, the Chinese New Year Parade, as well as the Vietnamese Parade for the New Year, as well in Sacramento. And so it's really meant to be an icon and a figure of honor, respect, and really bringing cultures and communities together. From a marketing point of view, I say advancing cultures, communities, and commerce through collaboration. But it's really my way of really giving to the community, entertaining the youth so that we can engage them also in the great work and make their life mean something. And through a lot of these organizations, I'm recognizing that they are getting smaller through attrition. So I created this small symbol. There's a book I'm writing called The Legend of the Walk Star that I hope will inspire people to do greater and greater things. And the Walk Star is not meant to be a single person, but really it's meant to be a figurehead for many walk stars. And, of course, we have the play on words, party like a, guess what, Rebecca?
Walk star.
Like a walk star. And, we're going to have T-shirts coming out saying walk this way. And, just whole things, walk and roll, right? And
Beautiful.
if you look right there, we're going to have one called walk and walk. In other words, eat, walk, walk some food and then walk and exercise as well. And Tammy Ferry, my co-host of my radio show, also will be symbolizing the W-A-L-K star. But the walk star is really meant to be, again, a symbol of respect, honor, and also a strength, really symbolizing bringing together many cultures and communities. And we want to encourage bringing in the youth, but also, Beautiful. Like I say on my show, we like to get people educated, but also entertained. So we say we get you entertained, get you educated, and get you home. And that's what really the Walk Star is all about.
Thank you for sharing. And just to let all of you know, those of you who do sign up for Jim's gift and you say yes, I know you'll be on his list. So you can stay in touch with him and all of the different things that he is doing and releasing, because you can tell there's a lot that he is part of, and you have such a beautiful heart to give and to lift up and support. And I really appreciate that about you, Jim. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you. And I just wanted to mention one last thing. We will be registering the Walk Star International Foundation. It'll be a nonprofit that will be registered after the turn of the year. That's all.
Beautiful. So stay tuned. And then, Ronnie, I know that you had some amazing tips, and I had to cut you off. And I wanted to make sure we captured those tips. We have just about a minute and a half. Do you have some tips you can share with us?
I do. And I'm so happy to have shared this interview, Rebecca, with Jim, because for the midlife singles out there, if you're ready to walk and roll, I do have some tips for you. It's to, first of all, focus on your intention. Really focus on it. You're wanting to call on a partner into your life and make it positive and put all the feeling tones into it and really envision it for yourself. And if I would ask, I invite singles to shift your perspective. The idea that there's no one good out there, well, get rid of that limiting belief. There are plenty of good people out there. And here's an opportunity. Let's say you go to your health club. Usually you think, I want to go when it's convenient for me and the club isn't busy. Well, here's a new game plan. Go in with a really friendly attitude and go when the club is busiest. But, maximize your chance of meeting someone new. And you can meet someone with either dating potential or someone who can introduce you to a potential date. And that can be true of the health club, of a coffee shop, even waiting in line.
I love it, Ronnie, because here's places that have gathered all of these potential people for you. Why not go and be warm? Make sure that wardrobe's, the way you want it to be for that environment.
Thank you for that reminder.
Absolutely. And go in friendly and allow time, because sometimes we get so busy. Allow time to connect. That's beautiful. Beautiful share, Ronnie. That's very different than I think how a lot of us are thinking. We're trying to avoid the crowds instead of leaning in and embracing.
and if you're at the gym, keep the headphones off. Take those headphones off. And if you're at having coffee, put the smartphone down. Be available to look somebody in the eye and smile.
Beautiful, wonderful tips, Ronnie. I want to thank you so much for sharing your heart and your amazing gift. Again, this is a great time of year to be getting online and just make sure that you're avoiding those mistakes. So say yes to Ronnie's gift there. And Ronnie, I want to thank you for sharing your heart and your information with us today. It's been great.
It's been wonderful, and I thank you so much for this opportunity, and it's been such a pleasure, and you make this easy, Rebecca. You're such a delight.
Oh, thank you. It is my pleasure. And listeners, thank you for joining us today. And I encourage you to lean in, keep saying yes to you, because wherever you go, whatever you do, I want you to always, always bloom where you're planted and shine. We'll look forward to talking to you next week.
Thank you for joining us this week for Empowering Women, Transforming Lives. Please tune in again for another edition with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter, next Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific on the Voice America Women's Channel. And join us for a replay of the show every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific on the Voice America Empowerment Channel. Have a beautiful week, and may you always bloom where you're planted and shine.